Hey guys, welcome to day 9 of Vlogmas. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing how not to freeze as a raw vegan in the winter. So last night I went to see Frozen 2 in the theaters with my mom, and today I am just totally Frozen and Elsa inspired. So I did a Frozen inspired smoothie bowl, which I just shared on Story of Lori, my Instagram. So, oh, and I'm wearing an outfit that's Elsa inspired. So I have my hair done like her, and I have this shirt and my sports bra from Pineapple Clothing, which I am an affiliate for, and I always include a coupon code for Pineapple Clothing in my video descriptions, and you can get 20% off, and they're eco-friendly, they're made in the US, and I love them, super comfortable, and I love this one. It's just like totally Elsa inspired and just goes really well with my little Elsa outfit. So as you can see, I'm just totally in the spirit of talking about cold and being frozen and how to just survive the winter as a raw vegan. So I did make a video during Rocktober where I talked about how to survive winter as a raw vegan, and I'll include that in the video description. But now I'm actually in New Jersey where it's cold and the temperatures have definitely been like near freezing temperatures, and it did snow. And so I definitely have had experience now. This is my first fully raw winter. I've been on the raw path for 4.5 years, and this is my first time being fully raw through the winter. So I do want to share some insight and tips that I have learned while just being on this journey and while being here in New Jersey. So one is that I'm generally not having fruit that requires being in the refrigerator or the freezer. And so, like I said, I did make that smoothie bowl, and that is because at one point I bought like a lot of bananas because I just was kind of overestimating to make sure that I would have enough to eat for the week. And I bought way too many. And so I did end up having to freeze some. And so I was just eating those today. But I would definitely recommend buying fewer bananas so that you don't end up having to freeze them because they're getting ripe. But I also wanted to say that I have been refrigerating a bunch, so I still have a few in the refrigerator, and I've been using those for smoothies, and they've been totally fine. So they don't look very pretty, like they definitely get like dark brown and black on the outside, and on the inside they look kind of funky, but once you blend them up for a smoothie, they're totally fine. And this way it's like it's like a chilled cold smoothie, but it's not like freezing cold, and it's not like a nice cream. And so and then you can blend it up as well with some room temperature fruit, so it's not as cold. And so that's been really helpful just to like know that about the bananas. And then just generally having all of my fruit is really just stuff that sits out at room temperature. So I just got some persimmons. I've been having a lot of apples and a lot of mandarins, and that's pretty much it. Then I have like for my salads, I have tomatoes. So yeah, I do still have my greens, and I have my salads every day. So that is kind of something that is a little bit colder. And I basically have just been keeping really warm. Like I've just been wearing really warm clothes, like a lot of layers. Like my parents think I'm crazy for the number of layers that I'm wearing. I will get to a restaurant, I take off like 1 or 2 of my layers, and when I get home, I'm like unpacking like all of my layers. My parents are like, oh, I didn't even see that you were wearing that shirt today, because I just won't even get to that layer. And so I'm just keeping as warm as possible with the layers, with tons of blankets. Like I have at least 4 blankets on my bed, and I just have a lot of blankets. And I use my mom has like this nice big sweater that if you follow me on Instagram at Story of Lori, you've probably seen me wearing this sweater a bunch, or you've seen it in like on my arm in the photos when I'm showing food, because I just am constantly wearing it. It's like a nice warm blanket all over me. And when I'm in the car with my parents, I put the seat warmer on and I ask to turn up the temperature usually. So I'm just keeping my body really nice and warm. Also, after showers, I am blow drying my hair. I don't usually do that. I usually let it air dry, but here it's just so nice to have that warmth, and it's been really, really helpful, and also just to take warm showers in general. So those are most of the things that I've been doing. I haven't been, if I'm being honest, I haven't been like moving my body too much, which is something I mentioned in that previous video that I sort of intended to do. I've just been like really busy, and it just hasn't been a focus to like move my body, and I don't really have much space at my parents' house. So that's something that I have not been doing. But if I did have more space, I probably would be like dancing in my room, just getting my body really nice and warm. And those are pretty much oh, another thing I did want to say is that I have been having tea. So normally I don't have tea, and I just have like my room temperature distilled water. But I have been having tea because I am making exceptions for being here, because I really hate being cold. Like, it is something that is just, I really, really, really don't like being cold. So when my mom is making tea and she offers some, then I definitely say yes. I've been having herbal teas, and it's been really nice to just have that warmth. And I am having, like, normally I don't have fats, I don't have nuts and seeds normally in my raw diet, except like if I go out to restaurants. And here I am having, or I do have avocado usually, but yeah, just not nuts and seeds. But here I am having some like raw snacks, a lot more like raw snacks, and a lot more nuts and seeds than I would normally have, because it's just what I feel called to. Like, I don't feel called to having as much fruit as I normally would have. I'm definitely having a lot more greens, and just especially for like the nutrients, to have the greens, and I'm just feeling like more compelled to have the greens and to have the fats, like the snacks. So those are some like exceptions that I'm making that are just really satisfying me and helping me to just give me that warming feeling. I had also previously mentioned in that other video that I intended to have spicy foods, or at least to have spices or different spices that would make me feel like, give that warming effect. And I've had that a little bit. Like, I did have something that was spicy, but that was pretty much it. It was just like the one time, and I haven't been really using spices too much aside from that. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. I know that this was something that a couple of you had asked about, so I definitely wanted to be sure to share it. So I'd love to know your comments and questions down below, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. See you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.